Hey, this is Dr. Don Kennedy. I'm the Chief Medical Advisor for Life and Nerve Renew. And as you can see, I'm kind of in an urgent care in an odd situation like many of us are. I've actually kind of moved out of my home for 30 days because of you know what. But I had these thoughts, and there were three things I wanted to kind of leave with you about this time that we're having everywhere around us. And I know some of you have neuropathy, some of you don't, but I'm just kind of talking today. And I wanted to kind of review these 3 points. Number one, I don't want you to panic, but I don't want you to do silly things. Silly things, at least from the medical side, is this. Come into the urgent care to have your ears cleaned. That's what somebody came in for today. And when they did that, they exposed themselves to just about the worst thing that mankind has right now. So here's a hint. Sometimes little colds are just going to go away. Not everybody has COVID. If you have a rash, give it a little more time. Think about where you're going, because I'm telling you this, and this is the truth. The worst place to be right now is to walk into any medical facility if you don't have to be there. So my second thought is about beginning again. One day, a patient of mine, remember I did geriatrics for 40 years, came in and she was 76 years old. Her daughter brought her in. And her daughter was worried about her, and I asked her what was wrong. And the lady, I think her name was Lynn, said, well, I'm worried because I'm 76 years old. And I said, well, that's okay if you're 76 years old. She says, no. My mother died at 78 years old, and nobody in my family's ever lived past that. And I said, that's why you're upset? And she says, yes. She says, I don't know what to do about it. I only have a couple years left. And I thought, well, she looks pretty good. She's in pretty good shape. And so here's what I said, and I'm saying the same to you. There's good news and there's bad news. Hey, I said to Lynn, the good news and the bad news. Let me give you the bad news first. The bad news is if you've only got 2 years left, that's all you've got left. But if the good news is, hey, you've got 2 years left. What can you do with the 2 years that you have? You can begin something new. And you know what she said? Seriously? She turned to her daughter and said, that's it. I'm going to start living my life right now. And I guess she did. It was a wake-up call. And so when I say about beginning again, it means take a look at where you are. Hey, we're all not doing too badly. Yeah, we have neuropathy. Some are debilitated. But you know what? It's okay to think about beginning again because you only got 29,200 days on this earth. And some people get it past, but be willing to begin again and understand you can do anything. And then the last thing is I say practice being new. Sure, beginning again, but practice being new. I had a 70-year-old lady one time. I'll never forget her because she actually did line dancing at 70 years old. She taught it. And she rode on the back of a Harley. She was really active. But she came in and she said to me, she said, I need more to my life at 70 years old. I said, well, what did you wish you'd ever done in your life? And she says, I wanted to be a school teacher. And I said, well, you're 70 years old. Why can't you do that? She says, well, I'm 70. I said, nothing's going to stop if you really want to do that. She thought, and she did. And she went to the local college. She looked at it, did a program over the next couple of years. And the last thing I knew, she was teaching 3 days a week. Kids, 6, 7 years old, in some type of program. So practicing being new means taking action. In this time when we're just confined to our houses, which you should be right now, think about the three things that I just said. Don't panic. Begin again. And you know what? Practice. Start doing something. It's all about action. So there's my thoughts for the day. I'm just rambling a little bit, waiting for another patient. Hopefully they're not you know what. So this is Dr. Don Kennedy. Take care of yourself. This is all going to be okay.